good to see that hard work paying off. But we got another top 32 set to look forward to, and that's going to continue the Etalus train up against Bookworm, or Tricki, up against Bookworm.
This will probably be my last set of this tournament. So, pretty excited to watch this.
Yeah, let's hope it's a good one. As this neon pink Etalus, I'm dying. It's all
This
good,
is
though.
what custom colors is made for.
It's beautiful. I can't see anything wrong with this. Oh no. That's
I can
what
see something wrong with Elliana though.
yeah, that's what Elliana is built for, right? Like, just find your opening, find your singleton advantage, and play into it. The fair armor ignoring the command hit. That
was such a weird interaction.
Love this game. It's chock full of those, and you love to see every single one. The jab follow up, standing up in the corner. Yeah, there's great chase there from Tricki. You saw that Elliana was stuck in the overheat, so they couldn't just take to the skies like exactly there.
Like that.
Yeah, and same type of idea there from Bookworm though. They chased down once they were noticing Tricki using all of their resources. Can they finish this with the stock here? Missing that down air.
Yeah. That probably would have ended up being a stock too, because Tricki didn't have an air dodge or a jump, so he just had to just go in there.
Almost able to get another side combo. Respecting that down special attempt. Can he finish it off here though? The steam is going to intercept, but just powering through there is Tricki. But it's so hard to get back unless you find that back air. Super bold back air on the part of Tricki though. Yet, I mean, second verse, same with first right here. Wiz, like we're seeing Tricki get ping ponged back and forth between ledges.
Yeah, and getting constantly taken up to the top blast zone too.
Tough to be sure, as Bookworm walks with that first set. And walks out that first game, excuse me, as we get right into the counter pick here. I mean, Elliana can be so hard to really formulate a counter game plan against, because a lot of the times, like, when you die, it's like, oh, well, that's like the correct follow-up. My options were covered. I've got to worry about how to not get hit.
Right, yeah. Like, I feel like stage counter picks versus Elliana, from what little I know about the character, as I was telling CyberHex, but Bookworm's the one Elliana I've ever played. But from what I know about the character, it feels like picking stages versus her is hard. Because it's like, a lot of stuff that she does works on like multiple stages. So it feels more like, how do I not get hit, as opposed to how do I survive what she's doing?
Yeah, and in a perfect world, right, the Elliana is like, oh, I've locked down all your options. I'm out here. I can linger off stage much longer than you can. So how do you just get out? How do you get out of that situation? Is a very much reliant on like, oh well, I hope Bookworm messes up. Meanwhile, not getting hit or not getting put in that situation in some manner gives you a lot more leeway of what you can do to improve. That was the most reversal of all time. Tricki with the early up B into fast fall fair, because they turned around their up. That was so nice. And
it was such a clean reversal, yeah.
And you get a chance
to scout the up air. Oh my gosh.
I'm almost
still managing to live.
Okay, you're still so far off stage though, chasing, but falls into overheat. The forward air. Gonna have to up B eject soon. Unless they just get chased down by some of these springs.
Wow.
Tricki with her Tricki spring placement with his Tricki spring placement, excuse me, gets the hit and turns it into a stock after some really interesting high recovery mix-ups that Bookworm wasn't ready to chase with.
Yeah, that I'd like to say that like I think that was very good adaptation from Tricki, because like basically what he was doing, he was like, all right, I'm gonna take you to the blast zone and I'm gonna kill you. All three stocks were him taking Bookworm off stage for a ride. and just showing her the blast zone.
Yeah, and it's kind of a anything you can do, I can do better kind of vibe. Like we've both got these crazy horizontal combos that can revolve around extensions and commitments after the corner carry. But if whoever guesses wrong dies, whoever guesses right wins, and both of them are trying to do the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
Shame about that up smash whiffing the up strong, excuse me. But
Yeah.
as you mentioned earlier, Whisper, that's kind of Etalus up strong's MO.
Yeah, it just kind of whiffs sometimes. It's one of the, I thought it's one of the most inconsistent moves in this game.
Yeah, tis a shame. Unless you're an anti-Etalus person, in which case it's not a shame at all.
Yeah, in which case it's a wonderful thing.
Poor Etalus. Shout out to Bagel. Oh,
Bagel's run was, or at Heatwave was amazing.
Oh, so good. That should do it.
Oh,
I
I'm
thought
just
they were
barely
gonna go-
living.
I thought she was gonna go in with a nair there, but instead her stock gets taken off that dash attack up strong. Still, you're in a pretty solid position. Just yeah, here we are, waiting to see what happens. Waiting to see if the armor will break by just some of these missiles.
Bookworm is absolutely not wanting to approach right now. And honestly, like, why would she? She's in the right to just camp out. She has the lead.
Take advantage of that lead when you have it, especially with a lead this. I want to call this a big lead, right? But at the same time,
Well,
I should just shut my mouth. Well, now you got plenty of momentum here, and you're looking to get that
try to find,
chase, too.
yeah, try to find the repeat. Could be a very good situation with Bookworm though, but that jab anti-airing.
Yeah, Etalus jab is so important. Like with a mixture of like jab and the fact that like all rivals characters, you can cancel it in tilts, but Etalus up tilt is such a good anti-air as well. If you're not like full hopping over Etalus, sometimes he can get really terrible anti-airs that just combo into the most disgusting things. They're almost closing out stocks. What happened to this for Bookworm? They're still very much in it, but it's way closer than you would have expected the beginning of this game. And
there goes the game. Oh.
Tough.
That SD was such a tragic one.
Oh yeah. When did she SD? What? Like
second stock at like 80%.
Yeah, it was like it was very, very I mean, it was a stock well into it, but still, like you've been surviving for a good long while, and that's a tough kind of pill to swallow, especially as you move into game number 4. Now that you've dropped that game, like,
Yeah, is like, I hope that it doesn't get into her head because sometimes that can be all you think about, man. Like if you're, if the last thing you do is you SD, or not the last thing, but like one of the last things you do is SD, you can it can just get in your head. I'm hoping that's not what's happening, but I don't know. We'll see going into game 4. Going back to Merchant Port.
yeah, have to see, and we will absolutely see at the end of this game. While Tricki is stuck with that mine, ooh, hello, reversal central, and now you're off stage, and you don't have a jump.
Uh-oh, or an air dodge at this point. Free reign for the Elliana.
But you do have that fair.
Yeah, and just barely manages to land, gets his resources back. What is the Etalus doing up there?
Just waiting, just hanging out, waiting for his opportunity to come down, and Tricki doing a good enough job of that, chasing again.
Tries
But yeah, we saw that a couple of times in game number 2. Wow, what an anti-air!
Call out! Oh my god.
Beautifully placed from Tricki, who's just working around so much of Bookworm's movement so well. Now you get the chance to do this for it.
No.
Instead, they chose to recover. That's fine, but also it would have been sick.
Yeah, for the clip.
For the clip, come on. I like the coverage with the bear there, trying to play around this platform as well as possible. The shockwave from the down B as well. Like, this is just pure and simple, like, overwhelming advantage right now. Looking for the Armstrong again.
Tricki's just doing a very good job of just staying alive and putting his overwhelming pressure onto Bookworm.
Now we get to see the Elliana combo tree actually start to flourish a little bit. The second nair didn't hit, but the overheat does. Again, high recovery, but this time the high recovery was scouted, yet it doesn't result in the stock here for Bookworm. Super, super tragic. Like, you've put in so much work and you're trying to follow up, and you really trying to follow up, but Bookworm overextends just by a hair. Gets eaten alive by that aerial down B.
But she will find the nair to make the stocks even here.
Pretty sure Tricki's in chat there, Calamari. So you can ask him yourself, because he is hooking right now, but so is Bookworm. Just trying to find a closing out on the stock. The reversal is there. I like the I like the idea there, right? Like, you're trying to keep movement and you're trying to call out DI, and you call out the tech chase there, and it does close out.
That is such a overwhelming game from Tricki.
Ooh.
Etalus is a character. He's just so scary, man. Like,
He's absolutely so scary. And just finding the tech chase into the corner, I really like that idea from Bookworm too, because a lot of the times when you're frozen like that, it's a threefold mix-up between neutral, tech in, and tech away. But teching into the corner, 9 times out of 10, most players are not going to read that, especially in the case of the situation they were in.
yeah, like in a last stock.
Yeah, teching in or teching neutral teching is covered by 2 options, with Etalus doing down strong. You only cover tech roll away with something like that forward smash or a hired commitment. But Tricki reads into that situation, reads into what better players do, and to not show fear, and giving Bookworm a reason to show fear. Taking that set in 3-1, very well played.
Yeah, another upset, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thank you guys for having me. It's been a great time commentating for Rivals Versus Major. Twitch chat, I'll be joining y'all soon. Thank you to CyberHex for allowing me to be here, and to